Hey everybody, thank you for joining into this next video in my CTF series. And today we are going to go over Mr. Robot and my particular techniques into breaking into this particular VM. This VM is about a year old now, but I've had a request for it. And additionally, on top of that, today was the season 4 finale of Mr. Robot, and it just kind of made me think, why haven't I ever done the Mr. Robot CTF? So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And I'm gonna try to use different tools that I used from last time, the last video. And if anybody needs something, it needs more information in regards to more granular information about the tools that we're using, please do let me know. And again, my videos are geared towards the studiers out there for Security Plus, Certified Network Defender, and Certified Ethical Hacker that are having issues with I guess you say, putting into the tools in the context and what they're useful. So if you know what a privileged escalation is, but you don't know how to use one, this is the video for you, because let's just get started then. All right, fantastic. Let's go ahead, and in front of us we have Kali Linux 2019.4, the last one of the year, and well, should be, because it's only 15 days or so until the new year. Let's go ahead and bring up a Kali Linux terminal here. Let's go ahead and press Control Alt T is my default for my system over here. Control Shift M to get rid of the menu settings in this console terminal. Let's go ahead and run an ARP scan on my local network over here. Nope, if I could spell. All right, cool. 10.0.0.1.2 and .3 are part of my network infrastructure, so they are outside the realm of actual testing. However, with my actual host excluded, and that is 10.0.0.17 config, that leaves us only one target. That is as much host discovery as we will need for this little guy. Okay, I can set a ping on over to 10.0.0.4.8, 10.0.0.4.8, and it will return pings. Okay, so it is communicating. Not a big surprise. Typically, if it's communicating up here with ARP scan, it should communicate with pings. And additionally, from this information here, I can glean off that since the time to live is set at 64, this is probably a Linux computer. Just one of the key points to take a look at here. So let's go ahead and clear it out. All right, so now that we have the IP address up and running, let's go ahead and run nmap. Okay, now for me, my process for nmap is nmap sc for run safe scripts, sb for versions, and of course a for applications. Usually we'll get those enumerated there. Okay, press small o big N for normalized output file or greppable output file. Let's just call this Mr.robot.txt. Mr.robot.txt, and then apply the host. 10.0.0.4.8, and well, let's go ahead and keep on going. And not to break from tradition, but today's episode is brought to you in part by Diet Dr. Pepper. Not because they give me any money, but because it's been what's keeping me up for the entirety of the day. I've been teaching all day today. I'm a little drawn out, but I wanted to do this just to get it all done. Okay, let me take a sip of my Diet Dr. Pepper here. Delicious. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at what our port scan has returned to us. Looks like there is port 22, however, it's closed. Port 80 and 443 are the only two listening services. Essentially the same protocol. We all know that 80 and 443 are HTTP and HTTPS respectively. Aside from that, there's not really much else to look at. But we did get confirmation this is looking like it is a Linux system between the OS, the kernel versions 3.1 to 4.11. No big surprise there. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of snooping on port 80. So let's go ahead and bring up Firefox. Let's go ahead and bring up Firefox over here. And let's do the deal. 10.0.0.4.8 is what we're looking at. And here we go, Mr. Robot. Okay, nice little terminal. Starting up, okay. Is there anything interesting about this? Okay. Oh, did I mess up? Nope. All right. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay. All right. You know what? Let's just enjoy the experience. Let's not get too far, and let's not go down any rabbit holes. All right, hello friend, if you've come for a reason you may not know. Okay, that's cool. Well, this is what is presented to us. I want to explore around, but let's take a look. Before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the common culprits here. Typically, when I first see a HTTP, whenever I see an HTTP, what do you call it? Page, just a regular page. I want to go take a look at the robots.txt. Let's see what happens here. Okay, looks like we have some robots.txt. Typically, what the robots.txt file does is something you put on your root directory of a server. And to tell search engines not to list or index these files here. But it's also a place to put in information. So let's go ahead and open up a cherry tree over here, and let's go ahead and create ourselves a node or a node for Mr. Robot. All right, let's minimize this real quick. So I've got Mr. Robot over here. Looks like this is the output that I needed. Pop that bad boy in there, and let's see, where was that again? The robots.txt file. Okay, I just want to streamline a place to put my notes in. Robots.txt gave me this. Okay. All right, looks like I have an F Society dictionary file, and I have a key right here. So let's go ahead and grab that information. Now what I can do is I can use the browser, grab it and save it, but let's just go ahead and create ourselves a working directory for this project here. All right, CTF, okay. Make directory Mr.Robot, okay. CD that. All right, so I know that these two files are there, fsociety.dic. Okay, so I'm going to use the wget command to grab that 10.0.0.0.48 and fsoc. Download that. All right, looks like it's a 7 meg file, 6.91 megs. Let's just call it 7 just to make sure. And then let's go ahead and wget key -1 -of -3.txt. Okay, great. Let's get this cleared out here. Do an ls. No, that's not it. Key 1. Okay, key 1 of 3.txt. Oh wait, I must be out of it. 10.0.0.48 / key 1 of 1 of 3. All right, looks like that is. All right, looks like that. Now I'm going to just go ahead and remove index.html, and let's go ahead and concatenate this this to the screen. Key 1. Okay, looks like that is key 1 right there. Let's go ahead and make a note of it up in the very top. So key 1. So we're doing pretty good. Maybe 8 minutes into the CTF, and we already got one particular file. And out of my curiosity, what else do we see here? Okay, cat fsoc. Okay, looks like it is just a list of words over here. Looks like it is definitely a dictionary file. All right, so I have myself a dictionary file with dictionary file. I do have my first key. So what else can we do? Let's take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at this web server over here. Looks like we were able to find pretty much everything that was in the robots.txt. How about we make it do an error? Random txt. All right, looks like random txt. It's instead of it giving us a 404 error message, it brought us into a oopsie page, or got redirected to something else. Okay, let's take a look over here. Proudly powered by WordPress. Well, that's fantastic. That's a WordPress page. I love seeing WordPress because there's definitely a very large attack surface with WordPress. And we found out that okay, looks like I've got predefined settings over here. Let's go ahead and type in root, and we are looking for admin. Okay, so where we're at right now, we did find by surreptitiously, I have no clue how to even pronounce that name. I must be really tired because I can't even talk. All right, admin. Go in there. Looks like we're having valid usernames here. Okay, so let's try administrator. Okay, Still invalid name. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look more about what's going on. Right now, I'm kind of convinced that WordPress is going to be our foothold within the system. Let's just run nikto real quick. Nikto H10.0.0.0.48. For those of you guys that don't remember, nikto is for finding vulnerabilities on a web server, and this is a very, very generic scan against it. Let's see, server. Okay, something we already knew. It is Apache. On the very top section here, access protection headers not defined, X content not defined. Not the end of the world. Looks like PHP 5.529 is what's running on here. Okay, let's go ahead and let that keep on going and see what other kind of other kind of information that we can grab from this. Okay. Okay, while we're doing that, let's go ahead and look for other usernames here. How about www.data? Okay, that's not in there. Oh no, user1. And basically what we're trying to do, that password is empty. Oh. No, still nothing. Okay, but basically what we're doing right now is trying to find a username. Okay. Okay, that might be interesting. If you go into admin page, let's take a look. Admin. Where does it redirect to? Where is it redirecting to? This is interesting. Waiting. It's looping. Admin/index. Not sure if this is by design, but we'll keep a note of it. Admin/index. Looks like there's some sort of redirect. Let's go take a look at the elements here. While this is running, let's go ahead and inspect this a little bit more. Inspect element. And let's take a look at the network over here. What exactly? Index. Looks like it's moving. Let's see, while you're running over there, mister, let's go take a look at what's going on down here. No refer, went downgraded. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's cancel that. I'm not even sure if this was intended, but okay. We'll just keep on going. Take a look at it. Uncommon header found, contents. Uncommon header found, contents -23. Oh, that's interesting. So it looks like PHP to me. Let's take a look. 23. What happens if we put in a tick mark? What about if we do 30? What about if we do 100? Okay. Looks like the same thing over and over again, but let's see. We have an admin, login page found, admin index HTML. Let's take a look at that. It didn't look like the WordPress page, but let's see if it actually moved across. 4.8. It's still interesting. All right, well, you know what? Let's go ahead. Yeah, let's go and move in on over to what we see right now. Looks like we have quite a few login pages over here. I do believe that this is our foothold into this machine. Let's take a look at what else we go in here. I'm pretty sure. Okay. All right, so it got us all redirect. Let's go into a login. All right, so as of right now, let's go ahead and play with this a little bit more. So I have a dictionary file and I have a login screen. I don't know what the username is. So the very first thing to do is, well, I need to enumerate users. Enumerate users with this particular server. There's a couple ways to do it. Yesterday, or whatever the last video was, we used WPS scan in order to scan for any type of vulnerabilities against plugins. But today, let's go ahead and try to do something a little bit different and use some brute force hacking or brute force password cracking. All right, so this should be fairly simple. There's a couple of tools that we can use in regards to this. However, let's go ahead and craft a HTTP post form. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at inspect the elements. Now there are multiple ways to do things. What I'd like to do, you can probably use burp suite and something like this and intercept the packets being sent to the server, or we could use Wireshark. But since we have Firefox open, let's go ahead and do that right now. So let's go on over to network. All I see is get requests over here, getting information from the server. But let's see what happens when we try to move or make a user over here. So let's make admin. Okay, no, actually admin pass, and let's make pass right here. What exactly is the format that we're using to send this? Well, we're going to need this for crafting our brute force attack. Now, if I go take a look at here, here's a post command down here. If I edit and resend here, I can take a look at the body. The body is what I'm going to need. Okay, login admin password equals password, and login this is the information that I need. Right past login here. This is going to be the way how it's going to look in our query. So this is the way how Hydra works. Hydra, I'm going to go ahead and say, Hydra, I want you to give me the help file because I can better illustrate this. Not Hydra, Hydra. Failing. Hydra, help. Oh my goodness. Seriously, guys, I do know what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look at Hydra, and we're going to need to do a brute force attack against the username, but not so much the password right now. So let's go ahead and make that happen. So Hydra, I'm going to need to use the lowercase letter to denote that I am going to use a static name, or actually, I'm sorry, a low uppercase to denote that we're using a list. Now it's going to be the society uppercase, and notice right here, this is where the verbiage or the way how it is the expected format. Now, big L, uppercase L, I should say, is to point towards a dictionary file. Small L would have been more towards a statically assigned value. Now, little p, or rather than this for password, in this particular case, I don't really care about the password right now. I'm just going to go ahead and say wrong pass. Wrong pass itself. Now, here is what I'm going, okay, so basically now we're crafting this particular guy. Let's go ahead and move it on over to, this is going to be the domain that we're going to use, 10.0.0.0. 10.0.0.48 is the domain, and the get method or the post method, it's HTTP post forms, I believe. HTTP post forms. I do believe that's the case. Now I'm going to need to use a tilde, or not a tilde, but a tick, single quote over here, and I'm going to paste this value that I popped in. So let's go ahead and paste that information right there. And before that, I need to also tag in the refer page right here, which is coming from the refer from here. Since we already know what the host name is, it's not a big deal. So we're just going to pop that in there. Control-Shift-V will get this in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this, I want to say colon, so that colon, semicolon, whatever it is, the two dots on top of each other. And then we're going to manage this. Now the log is going to be the admin and the password needs to be defined. So in this case, we don't know what these values are. I am just going to go ahead and say put the variable that Hydra is expecting, and that is going to be user. And this is defined by Seret, user Seret, and then for the password is going to be Seret, pass Seret, and then it goes in submit login page here. I'm going to put in another colon here, and I'm going to put invalid. Invalid. It's looking basically what it's looking for is invalid, and then end a tick. I'm going to go ahead and say verbose, and if you, on your first attempt finding a viable password, I want you to quit. Again, that's hydra, point big L or uppercase L, points on over to a dictionary file. If it was lowercase, it would be a statically assigned single value. Down here, I use a lowercase p, and then I'm just going to statically set wrong password. This is the IP address of the machine that we're attacking. We're going to use the HTTP post forms method, and this is the query, the string that we're going to be sending to the server. And basically, we're going to be looking for invalid. Invalid as a response to keep on going. We're going to keep on verbose, and on the very first attempt at a successful username, we are going to exit out. Okay, hopefully, it does not fail, and it did fail. Let's see where exactly. HTTP post form. HTTP form. All right. Okay. Let me just make sure that you guys saw that. Okay. So I can remove the tilde. Well, I made a mistake. I think up here I said forms, whereas it is actually HTTP post form, and then it quit. It went through the dictionary file over here. We found out that our username was Elliot. Okay, so the username is Elliot for this one. So I'm going to make a note of this and pop it into my cherry tree here. All right, so now that we have a username, let's go ahead and get the password here. So let's move it statically set, since it is using the username that right now is how it's looking. Is we're going to be looking at fsociety.d, the dictionary file. I'm going to go ahead and move it to lowercase l, and I'm going to change it. To what we found, Elliot, which is the name of Mr. Robot, and of course, wrong pass is not going to be correct, so I'm going to use P for large, and I'm going to point on over to the fsociety, the fsociety.dic file. Now, in this particular case, let's just go ahead and see what error we're looking for, Elliot. And what is it? Don't save. So now what we're looking, instead of using invalid over here, we are using incorrect, because that's going to be a response that we're going to be looking for. So we're going to look for incorrect. Again, it's going to be verbose. We're looking for incorrect. So again, it's going to be a verbose and quit on the first start. Quit on the first valid password that we found. The same string that we're posting is going to be the same here, and we're basically looking for incorrect. If it keeps on finding incorrect, it will keep on going over and over again, reiteratively. So let's go ahead and leave that going. Keep on going here. Login is going to be, as you can see, the login stays the same, but the password itself keeps changing. Let's just keep on going until we find a password for Elliot. And if you hear those noises, that's me drinking my Diet Coke over here. If this is too long, I'll just fast forward this. All right, we're back. That was taking way too long to get that done. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to clean up this. I mean, like literally, I let it run for 20 minutes. Let it run for 20 minutes, and it was way too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this fsociety dictionary file. So to get rid of any type of duplicates or anything, I didn't validate how clean this data was. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So what I'm going to do is cat fsociety. I'm going to go ahead and sort, and sort, looking for unique values, moving on over to fsociety clean DIC. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. LSLA. It should be a lot smaller. fsociety is clean is okay. Actually, it's a lot smaller. So let's do the word count 96. Word count fsociety clean. Word count L 11,451 as opposed to word count L fsociety.dic. Okay, that's 858,000 versus that. So That should be a lot better. Let's go ahead and run that query again. Let's modify it right here, and then instead of the password going to fsociety, let's just update it to fsociety clean.dic, and let's go ahead and run this right now. Let's see what happens with it. And again, if it takes way too long, we'll keep on going here. Go. Oops. All right, so just going to go over to all these unique values now rather than duplicates. Let's keep on going. All right, so instead of making you guys watch this, let's just go ahead and pause this right now, and then I can keep on editing the video as we go along. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Mark. All right, looks like we were in luck. Looks like we were going for 5,627 out of 11,452. We hit ourselves the magic words over here. ER280652 is what we were looking for, and let's just go ahead and log into. I think I already logged into it right now. Hold on. Okay, take a look over here. Yeah, I did log into it. You know what? For effect, let's go ahead and log out. Okay. So Elliot, and let's go ahead and do that. And we are in. Okay, let's not bother saving it, but we can go take a look at users over here. Looks like Elliot Alderson is an administrator on the WordPress server. Additionally, in the plugins section here, here are all the different plugins that are available to us. Now, one of the main vulnerabilities that WordPress has is that if we place a what do you call it? If we place a malicious plugin in here, we can at least get a remote shell on this machine, and that's what we're going to do right now. We are going to go ahead and try to root this machine, or try to gain further in their foothold of this machine using Metasploit. So let me go ahead and clear it up. MSF admin is what I need, or no, not MSF admin, MSF console, I should say, is what I need to get in here. Again, let's take a look. Give it a moment to spin up here. All right. Looks like we got ourselves a little duck. Quite fortuitous. I think this is the one we got the other day. Let's try our luck here. All right, we just got the Metasploit shield. All right, Metasploits. Basically, it's a framework. It is a framework that we use in order to manage all of our vulnerabilities and exploits. So I'm going to go ahead and search for WordPress admin. I know that there's one in here, not Wirch. Search, not Wirch. Search WordPress admin. All right, so we have ourselves exploit Unix WordPress admin shell. Let's go find some more information about it. Info 0 should give us more information. No, it does not give us more information about it. How about if we do information for with directly there. Go ahead and take a look at that. Paste. All right, let's see here. This module will generate a plugin. Pack the payload into it and upload it to the server. Running WordPress, providing valid admin credentials. Provided valid admin credentials are used. Okay, I have valid admin credentials. This is going to be an easy peasy one. Okay, let me just go ahead and clear this out. Again, let's just go ahead and use 0. Okay, great. Okay, we have the actual exploit loaded up. Let's go ahead and set options here. Okay, you just need to set up options here. So the password is going to be set password. Should be. Oh, nope, that's not going to be it. The password. If I set the password, good thing I kept it in my notes, right? Cherry tree tells me that this can be right here. ER280652. And I'm just going from the top of the list to the very bottom of things I need here. Set password, ER280652. I don't need to set any proxies. Set our hosts is going to be 10.0.0.48. Let's see, the target URI is actually on the base path for it, so / is going to work. I'm going to go ahead and set username is going to be Elliot. It's going to be Elliot over there. Is there anything else? Okay, so let's go to the options. Let's take a look at options over here. What this is going to do is going to create a remote shell. So I'm going to go ahead and type in exploit. I'm going to go ahead and type in exploit. It's uploading the payload. It should execute right now. Meterpreter session is opened. And I have a meterpreter. Fantastic. Let me just go ahead and press a question mark over here. Give me some information about the system. Okay. Have it over here. But really, at the moment, I'm really more interested in getting a shell. Okay. Okay. Who am I? I am Demon, and I see, let's see the ID. Okay, looks like I'm in Demon. Okay, great. Might not be the best thing to do. Okay, let's go to home. Let's go ahead and see. Oh, the home. Let's go to root. All right, what I'm doing right now is I'm kind of perusing around in here. So if I go cd root, can't cd to root because I probably don't have permission to it. But let's see if I go to home over here. And I go ls over here, I do see that the lsla, I do see that the robot text. Robot is available. It's a directory in the home directory, so this is probably a user. It looks like I am able to get in there. So let me just go ahead cd robot ls again. Okay, there's a keys, multiple keys here. Okay, if I do lsla, looks like robot is the only one that's allowed to read this particular text, but I can read this password raw file. Okay, so let me just go ahead cat password. Oh, I can't do it. It's not how I shall. Password raw md5. All right, looks like that is going to be handy at some point in time. Let me just go ahead and get this in cherry tree. All right, here. All right, looks like it's an MD. Well, I know it's saying it's raw MD5, so there's no salt associated with it. Let me just go ahead and do this. You know what? I would use John or Hashcat on this. Let's just go ahead and use. Let's go ahead and use MD5 decryptor. Let's use an online decryptor here. Decrypt and encrypt? Sure, that sounds good. MD5 decrypt encrypt. All right. Let me just go ahead and paste this in here, decrypt this. Let's see if it's in there somewhere. Sorry, the hash is not in our database. Oh, man. All right, let's take a look at another one. Oh, this is promising. This is promising MD5 cracker. Let's go ahead and paste our hash over here. Crack my hashes. That was easy enough. Looks like this hash was ABCD, basically a 26-letter hash in here. So that was easy enough. Let's go ahead and call it this. All right, so let's go ahead and do that right now. All right, so let's go ahead and su robot. Must be run from a terminal. So I need to execute a script. Okay, so Python C import. And by the way, this is the way how to invoke a shell within this environment. pty spawn. This is, you should just have to remember this. Bin sh. Close it up. Okay, cool. Su robot. Yeah, Python. Basically, I am invoking a shell. Invoking this shell right here, the sh shell over there. All right, so let me go ahead and su robot, and let's go ahead and control paste that in there. Password is that. I am robot.linux, and then I can cat key 2 of 3 txt. All right, that is, copy that, and I can just go ahead and say, you know what? I found the second key 2, Control-Shift-V. I'm not sure if they want us to break these, but okay. All right, so I'm in the system right now. I'm just a regular user. If I take a look at the regular user here, I am just Mr. Robot, or just a robot. Okay, so if I go in here, let's go into root. Okay, so now we need to do actually a privilege escalation. There's several ways to do privilege escalation, but I know for a fact that we can do. You know what? I'll just be cheesy about this. Since this video is running a little bit long, a bit longer than we thought. Let's just run. Let's just exploit nmap over here. So if I run nmap and I run it interactive, I can run an nmap shell in interactive state. And just put that's there. #sh will exit me out on over to an escalated shell. Escalated shell over here, I can go root and boom, cat p3 hub 3 txt, and there we go, 3 of 3 files found, and there we go again. We can say now that we have owned Mr. Robot. Control Shift V. Okay. Looks like that was that took way too long. Actually, you know, in all honesty, I was probably working on this since like 4 p.m. today, and it's now 9 p.m. So 5 hours. I mean, I wasn't working on it straight, but that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about everything that I did, please do let me know. Like, share, and subscribe. If you learned something, like, share, and subscribe. Again, guys, you know, you're not supposed to know all these techniques that we're going through, but we're progressively going higher and higher. And additionally, look further for more explanations about Hydra, privilege escalation, and all that good stuff. So, if that is pretty much it. Be on the lookout. If you guys have a question about, if you guys have a suggestion for a particular CTF that you guys want me to do, or a tool video that you guys want want me to do, let me know. Put in the comment section, and we'll go from there. All right. Take it easy, everyone. Bye.